All right, hello and welcome, friends. Come on inside to the Sports Center of Connecticut here in Shelton, Connecticut for another edition of Post University Women's Ice Hockey. Today's opponent, it's Sacred Heart, hailing just a few minutes down south in Fairfield, Connecticut. Griffin Cass on hand here on the CACC Network. Glad you could spend some time with us here on this Friday afternoon in Shelton. Let's take a look at our starting lineups. First, we will start with the visiting Sacred Heart. Left wing, Isla Reiskamp, number 7. Number 29, the center, Sydney Antonakis. Number 28, right wing, Izzy Chappett. Left defense, number 6, Olivia LaRoche. Right defense, number 14, Juliana Coman. And in net for Sacred Heart is the sophomore, number 63, Jillian Petruno. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for your Eagles. At left wing, it's Tristan Curry. Center, Ty Marie Grome. Right wing, Maddie Noonan. In net is Hannah Saunders, number 30, and the defensemen, Casey Van Den Utilar and Angeline Pitter. This is the 31st all-time matchup between Sacred Heart and Post. Post has never defeated Sacred Heart. 0-29-1. The last matchup was on January 31st, 2023. That was the tie, where it was 2-2. Before that, 29 consecutive losses to Sacred Heart. Here we go. We are set for puck drop nearly. Head coach for your Eagles, it's Gretchen Silverman. And for Sacred Heart, Thomas O'Malley, who graduated from Sacred Heart in 1989 in his 21st season as the head coach for Sacred Heart. All right, we're ready to go. Sacred Heart in the red uniforms, Post in the white uniforms. Let's do it. Puck is dropped, and away we go. Eagles come into this one 3-15 overall, 3-9 in conference on a 9-game losing streak right now, trying to shift the tides in this 23-24 season. There's a wrist shot by LaRoche. And for Sacred Heart, they are 7-12 overall, 6-6 in conference. Nice deflection there by Hannah Saunders, number 30 in nets. Here is Maddie Noonan on the other side as the Eagles take it into their attacking zone. That's a glove save there by Petruno, and we will have a face-off in the right face-off circle. We'll get some line changes here. The Julia Wysocki, Ali Kubicek, Riley Patfield line now on. Excuse me, Patfield not on. It's Curry on the right side. Excuse me, no, Patfield is on, so the Julia Wysocki line is now on the ice. Nice defense on the other end. Pass towards the middle, broken up by Wysocki as she looks to take it into the neutral zone. The Eagles team, last time out was on the road in Hanover, New Hampshire, where they lost to Dartmouth 7-1 on Wednesday. And for Sacred Heart, their last time out was a little while ago. It was on Saturday, December 2nd, where they defeated Assumption at home 1-0. As the puck is in the neutral zone. Nice poke there. I believe, oh no, that's Selena Mikavikas, number 18 in white. Noah Farberman taps it as it goes behind the net. Eagles have come out hungry. They know what the storyline is coming into this one. They have never beaten Sacred Heart in the history of the two programs. 0-29-1, and that spans from February 17, 2017 to January 31st, 2023. Clock stopped at 17:46. We'll get a face-off here in the left face-off circle. Sacred Heart wins it. The Eagles team, 17 goals on the season, but they've allowed 71 into the back of the net. And for Sacred Heart, they have scored 36 goals and allowed 65. Giesbrecht behind the net finds Hannah Luckman. Towards the middle. Sacred Heart takes it away. That was Casey Nevers, number 4 in red, with the takeaway. 3 goals on the season, 2 assists, 5 points. Here's a nice feed towards the middle. And it will be Hannah Saunders vacuuming it in with 16:54 remaining in the first period. Got a face-off in the right face-off circle in the defensive zone for your Eagles. And Tanakis takes it for Sacred Heart. Grom for the Eagles, and the Eagles win that face-off. Coleman sends it up the ice. Danny Ammons there, number 2 in white. A sensational defender for this Eagles squad. It goes out to LaRoche. She tries the wrist shot, and it's saved by Hannah Saunders. Saunders comes into this one with 9 games played, 8 games started, 29 goals allowed, 292 saves, with a save percentage of 91%. Hannah Saunders, a 5'7" sophomore. Noonan taps it back. The Eagles look to break it out of their defensive zone, but the puck goes into the net, and we will have a face-off here with 16:23 remaining in the first period. Sacred Heart 5-6 on the road this season. 2-5 on the road this season. They are 5-6 at home. And for the Eagles, they play better at home. They've had more games on the road. They are 2-4 at home and 1-11 on the road. So more comfortable playing on their own home ice here in Shelton, Connecticut. And the tenacity from the Eagles is what you expect it would be coming into this one. Again, with that storyline with 0 wins against Sacred Heart all time. You know they are going to come out hungry looking for that W. Yeah, Sacred Heart sends it so they can switch out a line here. Nearly a breakaway. Excellent defense there by number 21, Jody Rose. Towards the middle. Eagles look to break it up, and they do. Wysocki into the neutral zone here on the near side boards. Nearly 5 minutes gone here in this first period. Glad you could spend some time with us here on this Friday afternoon on the CACC Network in Shelton, Connecticut at the Sports Center of Connecticut. Post University Eagles looking to snap their 9-game losing streak against an in-state rival in Sacred Heart. A lot of bragging rights on the line here. Both of these teams aren't too far away from each other. In Sacred Heart, in Fairfield, Connecticut, Post in Waterbury, Connecticut. These in-state matchups in the NCAA are always just so much fun. You see it across so many different conferences. There's a different type of feel, a different type of buzz when you're playing against a school that is in your state. Macy Peterson nearly had a good look. Had a good look, nearly made it in. Nearly 6 minutes gone here in the first period. O'Connell dumps it. And Sacred Heart will make some substitutions here. Dangerous pass, intercepted. Goes behind the net. And it will caroom to the far side. Eagles look to move it into the neutral zone, and they do momentarily. But Antonakis takes it away. Number 29 in red. She's been all over the ice to start. Leading Sacred Heart in points is Antonakis at 12 points, 7 goals, 5 assists on the season. As Eagles, they move it into the neutral zone. Jet Devlin ahead, number 10 in white. 13-15 remaining here in the first period. Devlin battling with a few Pioneers. Frome inside. Grome behind the net, circulating, trying to find a teammate. Curry has it taken away. Rieskamp now on the far side, takes it into the neutral zone, dumps it, and Sacred Heart, they'll substitute here. Wysocki nearly takes it away. Kubicek gets involved. Noonan will go to the bench, and Patfield will check in. Pass intercepted by Rose. She settles it back. And some nice back and forth action here to start. Pioneers and the Eagles doing battle. They will face off against tomorrow as well. That will be in Fairfield, Connecticut, as that one goes out of play. With 11:45 remaining here in the first period. We'll get a face-off. Players thought it was in the right face-off circle, but it will be in the left. Opponent to take it for Sacred Heart. Peterson wins it, I believe, for the Eagles. Yes, that was Peterson. It goes ahead to Farberman, and she gets trucked to the ice. Nice hit there. Nearing the midway point here in the first period. Again, glad you could tune in here on the CACC Network live from Shelton, Connecticut at the Sports Center of Connecticut. 31st all-time meeting between Sacred Heart and Post. Puck goes all the way to the other end of the ice. Ammon shares it. Nearly gets it back. Nice interception. Puck in front of the net, and the Eagles will try and clear it out. Ammons goes to the far side. Nice pressure here from Sacred Heart. Ammons gets it ahead. It's now in the neutral zone. Devlin taps it. A 2-on-1 opportunity. Devlin, a wrist shot. The rebound. No. Oh, what a great look there by Jet Devlin. And now Sacred Heart will take it on the other side. Devlin intercepts the pass and sends it up the far side boards. There's a wrist shot deflected by Saunders. 10 minutes to play here in the first period. Devlin makes a defender miss, shares it, and Curry has it taken away by Smith. Saunders will fall on it. Clock stopped at 9:49 here in the first period. And we will get a timeout here on the ice with 9:49 remaining in the first period. We'll be back here on the CACC Network. All right, coming out of the timeout, 9:49 to play here in the first period. We welcome you back into the Sports Center of Connecticut here in Shelton, CT. 31st all-time matchup between Sacred Heart and Post, an in-state rival here. Lots on the line here today on this Friday afternoon. Wherever you are tuning in from, hope you are having a wonderful day. As Noonan tries to get a shot off. Noonan settles it down. Noonan, nice pass! Oh! Grome just inches away from a goal. Wow! Grome and Noonan converging on the ice. Golden opportunity there. What a setup by Maddie Noonan. I think Grome hit the crossbar at the top. I mean, it was so close. Initially, I thought it went in. So 9:15 to play here in the first period. Hatfield almost got away with a trip there. Russ didn't see it. Puck in the neutral zone. Wysocki taps it back to Ammons. Now Ammons ahead. Patfield on the right side. Patfield towards the middle. Broken up. Now Reiskamp. Wysocki with a nice push. Sacred Heart bench did not like it. But that's the type of player Julia Wysocki is. I mean, we saw her in the Quinnipiac game where she leveled Kate Riley. She's a very aggressive player. As we get a little tussle on the ice there. Farberman battling underneath with LaRoche. And now they will converge in the left corner. 12 minutes gone here in the first period. LaRoche. Farberman getting involved. Mikavikas in there on the Eagles side. Someone lost her stick. That was LaRoche. And a glove, but she gets it back on. Puck now in the neutral zone. Both teams battling for it. Love the energy from both teams here in this first period. They are getting right after it, wasting no time to settle into this one. Luckman, a wrist shot. Glove save. 7:18 to play here in the first period. Clock is stopped. This Eagles squad, 27 assists on the season. Giesbrecht to take it for the Eagles, and she wins the faceoff. Rose a wrist shot. 6 faceoffs won for the Eagles, 3 for Sacred Heart. And if you're Gretchen Silverman, you are loving the way your team is playing here and battling. Both teams really not giving each other an inch. I mean, this is high-level hockey here. Smith at the left circle, towards the middle. Broken up. Nice play there by the Eagles. I think Saunders got her stick on it. Now it goes ahead. 6.5 to play here in the first period. Bennett tries to get it. Curry right there to interrupt her. Ammons shares it. Noonan here on the near side. It will go back. Foot race. There's a shot. Was it a save by Saunders? I believe it was. As it will go all the way down to the other side of the ice. Now this Casey Nevers on the Sacred Heart side had a tough angle there. Couldn't see if she had it taken away by Saunders or the defender that was tracking her down. Either way, it is LaRoche nearly taken away. Puck now into the neutral zone, and it will be dumped. Petruno will not get her glove on it, and we will play on. There's a shot, rebound. Oh, Eagles getting off some nice looks here in the first period with 15 minutes gone as that one goes out of play. I mean, the Eagles are playing as if they were told before the game this is their last time they'll ever be able to play ice hockey. I mean, the aggressiveness has been superb from Gretchen Silverman and the Eagles. Macy Peterson to take the face-off. Slap shot. Deflected. Mikavikas. Farberman towards the middle. Broken up by Izzy Chappett. Mikavikas. Nice movement. And you wonder if Mikavikas should have just shot that one. She was wide open. Tried to get the pass. It was an unselfish play. But you wonder if she should have just taken that wrist shot right there. Antonakis. Rose tries to split the defense. Brooke Larson in some trouble. And now the Eagles will move it into the neutral zone. Peterson dumps it. Eagles will make a substitution here. Peterson out, Giesbrecht in. 4 minutes to play here in the first period. We'll get icing called on the Eagles right there. With 3:47 remaining here in the first period. We'll get a face-off in the right face-off circle. Eagles have done an excellent job on the face-offs today. 8 face-offs won, 3-1 for Sacred Heart. I believe that's Giesbrecht in for the Eagles, and they win yet another face-off. 9-3 in favor of the Eagles on the face-offs. Trying to break away. Puck is stuck a little bit on the far side boards. Now it carooms out. Smith at the right circle. Saunders will vacuum it in with 3:18 to play here in the first period. Looking at the shot discrepancy. Post 9 shots on goal. Sacred Heart 7. Total shots. Post 12. Sacred Heart 9. Eagles 10 face-offs won. Now Grome. Noonan. A lot of snow on the ice, especially on the far side. We'll need some Zamboni work in the first intermission. Nevers. Wrist shot deflected by Noonan. Antonakis. Excuse me, that was not Antonakis, as it will go behind the nets. 2.5 to play here in the first period. Back and forth affair here. Here's Antonakis, a wrist shot. Saved by Saunders. Anna Saunders, she's been active here in this first period. She made 8 saves. No goals allowed. And for Petruno, she's made 9 saves. So both goalies getting in some work here in this first period. Under 2 to play here in the first period. Kubicek. Nice defense there from Sloan. Goes to the far side now. Has deflected. Looked like it hit Patfield's wrist there. As the clock is stopped now at 1:46 to play here in the first period. "11 faceoffs won for the Eagles, 3 for Sacred Heart. And Antonakis will take it for Sacred Heart. Peterson for Post. 12 faceoffs won for the Eagles. 100 ticks remaining here in the first period. Farberman towards the middle. Peterson works it back, now gets it back. At the right circle, splits the defense. Towards the middle. Petruno doing a great job spreading her legs right there. Ammons taps it. Coming up on a minute to play here in the first period. Sacred Heart clears it out. Izzy Chapman on the other end, one-on-one. As that will go out of play with 58.6 remaining on the game clock here in the first period. And if you're just tuning in, this is the 31st all-time matchup between the Pioneers and the Eagles. Pioneers with 29 wins and 1 tie. Eagles have never beaten the Pioneers in a women's ice hockey matchup. There's a shot, and there's a goal. Right off of the face-off. Paige McNeil puts it into the back of the nets. Number 26 in red. And just as the Eagles were gaining a lot of momentum, Sacred Heart takes it right away. McNeil, her 4th goal of the season, and Sacred Heart strikes first here in this one. They lead 1-0. And ironic how Sacred Heart got that goal, right? They won the face-off, and it was right there for McNeil to take the wrist shot, and they scored off of the face-off one. And the ironic part about that is that the Eagles have done such a great job in the face-offs here. 12-4. And the 4th face-off won by Sacred Heart results in the first goal for Sacred Heart. What an interesting turn of events right there. This rink has gone a little silent now. 17.5 remaining in the first period. I mean, the Eagles played just exceptional in that first 19 minutes, and then this last minute, not so much. So we got a face-off here in the left face-off circle. Ty Marie Grome will take it. McNeil will take it for Sacred Heart. Paige McNeil, a senior from Minnesota. In her career, 85 games played. As that one will get cleared out. 3, 2, 1, and that will do it for the first period. Sacred Heart takes a 1-0 lead heading into the first intermission. You are watching women's ice hockey here in the NCAA, the NEWHA Conference. We'll be back after the first intermission.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
In a country where 1 in 5 people are affected by a mental health condition, it's time for all of us to step up and change the conversation.
We all have stress in our lives and manage it in different ways.
Grades,
finances,
practice,
family,
games,
finals,
homework,
playing time,
friends,
midterms,
treatment, studying,
sleep,
time for me.
We don't have to find the balance on our own.
It's okay not to be okay.
We're all in this together.
People can and do get better.
Caring about one another can be your competitive advantage.
Communicate.
Be aware.
Show compassion.
Be a champion for each other.
Hope starts with you.
Hope starts with me.
Hope starts with us. We are CACC student athletes, and we are breaking the stigma.
The NCAA has nearly 500,000 student athletes from more than 1,200 member schools and conferences. There are more than 19,000 teams competing for 90 championships in 24 sports across 3 divisions. Division II has more than 124,000 student athletes from over 302 colleges and universities. The division offers athletic scholarships while balancing a collegiate athletic environment that encourages student athletes to discover and pursue what they love. The annual NCAA convention is where Division II members implement new rules. Delegates from every school and conference gather to discuss and vote on each proposal. Each eligible school, conference office, and the Student Athlete Advisory Committee hold one vote. New rules in Division II can originate in one of 2 ways. A majority of proposals start in Division II committees. Those groups, comprised of representatives from member schools or conferences, debate concepts and forward recommendations to the Division's Management Council and President's Council. The Division II Management Council reviews each proposal from the committees, makes recommendations, and forwards them to the President's Council. The President's Council, composed of college presidents and chancellors, is the top leadership group in Division II. Its primary function is to establish and direct general policy and strategic direction for the division. It is the only group within the governance structure that can sponsor legislation for a vote at convention on its own. New rules can also be proposed directly from Division II members. If 15 active Division II schools or 2 conferences sign on as sponsors, the proposal will be voted on by the entire Division II membership, no matter what position the division's committees and councils take. Through the legislative process, the Division II membership and its representatives enact change across the division.
All right, first intermission is in the books. Here we go. Second period. Let's get it going. Sacred Heart 1, Post 0. It was Paige McNeil in that first period, nearing the end of it, inside that last minute to play where she put one into the back of the net. And the ironic part was it was unassisted off of a face-off win for Sacred Heart. Here's a wrist shot. So Post 13, Sacred Heart 6 in the face-off discrepancy. Paige McNeil, she won the face-off in the first period. That was the 4th face-off that they won, and she got a goal out of it. So it was just such an ironic way for Sacred Heart to score their lone goal. Taking a look at some other team stats, Sacred Heart has closed the gap on the shots on goal and the total shots. 11-11 in shots on goal and 14-14 in shots in total. No power plays in that first period. Two block shots for both squads. For Petruno in net, she has made 11 saves, allowed 0 goals. And for Saunders, she has also made 11 saves, but she's allowed 1 goal in. 90 seconds into this second period, Sacred Heart almost had a golden opportunity to get their second goal. The execution was just not there. Nice look. Farberman with a nice little chip shot. But she couldn't get it into the back of the net and past Petruno. Larson shares it to Rose. And she'll dumps it. We get icing called on Rose with 18:02 remaining here in the second period. Peterson. The Eagles look to move it around. There's a nice save by Petruno. Clock stopped at 17:26 here in the second period. 12 shots on goal for both squads. Giesbrecht will take the face-off in the left face-off circle for the Eagles. Ammons. Either a wrist shot or a pass, couldn't tell. But now it's in the stick of the Sacred Heart Pioneers. Goes ahead. Now Luckman tried to cut back to the middle and got trucked to the ice. Reiskamp tries to get ahead of the field. Saunders comes out of nets and makes a nice play. 3 minutes gone here in the second period. Wrist shot, glove save, Saunders. $16:54 remaining here in the second period. Let's get a face-off here. Grome will take it for the Eagles. McNeil for the Pioneers. And the Eagles win that face-off. 15-6. Eagles in the face-off discrepancy. Tries to get into the neutral zone there. Pass intercepted. McNeil. McNeil tried to turn the corner in the wraparound move. No, nice save by Saunders. Nifty move there by McNeil. It looked like she had the angle on the left side, but then she tried the wraparound move to the right post. Puck is battled for on the near side boards. Grome nearly came out of the pack with it, and now McNeil ahead. McNeil dumps it. Get a line change for the Pioneers. Oh, what a move. Nice pass, intercepted by Larson. Wrist shot above the net. Juliana Coleman with the shot there, number 14 in red, dumps it, and Saunders will stop the play. And we get some pushing and shoving there between Brooke Larson and Sophie Lapone. Russ able to quickly get in there to end the scuffle. Antonakis and Wysocki for the faceoff. Antonakis wins it. Wysocki clears it. Again, icing called on the Eagles there with 15:07 remaining in the second period. Got a face-off in the left face-off circle. Eagles, 16 face-offs won. Pioneers, 7 face-offs won. Face-offs are just such a crucial part in winning a hockey game. Towards the middle. Pitt almost had a goal right there. A point-blank look. Reiskamp gets it back. Sloan, a wrist shot, blocked by Kubicek. Nice defense by number 17, Holly Kubicek. Now Rose tries to come out of the pack, met by 3 Pioneers, and Reiskamp takes it away. Reiskamp battling with Rose. Bodies hits the ice, and when I said earlier about the in-state rival, I mean, I wasn't kidding. There's a lot at stake here between these two programs. Again, these in-state rivals, like I mentioned previously in the broadcast, they add a different type of element to the game as Saunders makes the glove save right there. I mean, you see it, again, across so many different conferences in the NCAA. I mean, when you are playing a team in the same state, there's going to be some extra motivation there for both squads. So Peterson will take the face-off for the Eagles, and Lynch will take it for Sacred Heart. Peterson wins it. Ammons, Peterson battling with it in the left corner. Ammons met by 2 Pioneers, and Peterson takes it away. Under 14 minutes to play here in the second period. Eagles chasing 1 goal. Nice hit there by Ammons. Now there's a nice shot, and it's wide right. O'Connell with a clear wrist shot. And she'll sub out. Ammons. Van Den Utalar ahead. Peterson. The pass eluded her. Nice movement there from the Eagles. Ammons taps it back. Okay, another icing called on the Eagles right there. 13-12 remaining here in the second period. Face-off in the left face-off circle. Eagles 18 face-offs won. Pioneers 7 face-offs won. And it was that 4th face-off that Sacred Heart won where they got the goal out of it. And it was Paige McNeil who's taking the face-off right here. Coleman keeps it in. Dangerous situation for the Eagles, and they are able to get it out. Petruno collects the puck in her glove. Clock stopped at 12:57 here in the second period. Shots on goal, Sacred Heart 16, post 13 total shots. It's starting to accumulate for Sacred Heart. They have 25 total shots to post 16. Kiesbrecht will take the face-off at the right face-off circle for the Eagles, and she wins it, taps it back to Angeline Pitter. McNeil battling in there. Puck goes to the far side boards. Now it's in the left corner. Someone lost their stick. Someone lost their stick again. Icing called on the Pioneers. With the clock stopped at 12:18, Eagles will switch a line out. The Maddie Noonan line coming out here. Grome will take the face-off. Noonan playing the left wing here. Noonan. Wrist shot. Wide right by Rose. A good look there. Eight minutes gone here in the second period. Pioneers switch a line, and Grome fell to the ice. Nevers taking on the whole team, looking to take out her do-it-yourself kit. Lapone has it taken away. Curry with a beautiful defensive play. Puck on the far side boards in the neutral zone. Nevers. Larson tries to pin the Pioneer onto the board. And there it is towards the middle. Rose looks to clear it out. And she goes to the near side. It's to Noonan in the neutral zone. Saunders will fall on it with 10:52 to play here in the second period. Shots on goal, Sacred Heart 17, post 13. Total shots, Sacred Heart 26, post 18. And post 20-8 in the faceoffs. It was just, except for that one faceoff, the Eagles have played just really a flawless game of hockey. I mean, they have really put the pedal to the metal here and have shown a lot of urgency in this game, which is something that you love to see. And Tanakis, nice aggressive play there. I believe that's Riley Patfield. Coming up on the midway point here in the second period, still a 1-0 lead for Sacred Heart. Here's a wrist shot, blocked. Kubicek at the block. And now Bennett's shot, wide left. Wysocki. Van Den Utalar up the ice. And players, a few Eagles have slipped up here on the ice. It was Grom and then Kubicek just unforced fell to the ice. Pitter into the neutral zone. Peterson. Puck goes behind the net. Sacred Heart looks to clear it out of their defensive zone. It goes back to Pitter near the blue line. Now Sacred Heart clears it out and moves it up the ice. Coming up on 9 minutes to play here in the second period. It's Smith battling on the Sacred Heart side. And now Giesbrecht takes it away. Giesbrecht just sends that right into the Pioneer bench. With the clock stopped at 8:49 here in the second period, we'll get a face-off in the right face-off circle right after we come back from the timeout. 8:49 remaining here in the second period. 1-0 lead for the Pioneers. Coming out of the timeout with 8:49 remaining in the second period. Pioneers 1, Eagles 0. Shots on goal, Sacred Heart 18, post 13. Total shots, Sacred Heart 28, post 18. 21-8 in the faceoffs in favor of post. Grom will take this faceoff. Excuse me, that is Nikovikas who takes it, and the Eagles win it. Curry ahead. Here's a wrist shot, blocked by Petruno. Now Lapone trying to break away. Now behind the net. Sacred Heart does a great job of moving the puck up the ice. The Eagles definitely have more trouble with that than the Pioneers in just getting the puck up the ice and getting it out of your defensive zone. But the centers today for the Eagles, Grom, Wysocki, Peterson, Giesbrecht, have been sensational on the faceoffs. Looks like that puck hit the ceiling, and the clock will be stopped at 7:47 here in the second period. Nice play there, Hannah Luckman with the aggressiveness. Goes up to Giesbrecht. Olivia LaRoche on the Sacred Heart side has 4 shots on goal. 5 shots total. .7:32 to play here in the second period. An icing call on the Pioneers with 7:24 remaining in the second period. Hannah Saunders with a save percentage of 94.4. 94.4. Ammons in the neutral zone. Now Sloan retrieves it for Sacred Heart. Under 7 to play here in the second period. Pitter retrieves it and sends it down the ice. That will be an icing called on Angeline Pitter, and it will be coming back the other way. Sacred Heart subs out their line right here. Shots on goal for Sacred Heart, 14 for post. Puck stopped a little bit in the right corner there. Who will come out with it? It will be Nova Farberman and the Eagles. Farberman has it taken away. Bennett's with a nice theft. Here's McNeil. She already has a goal in this one. Make it 2! Paige McNeil, a force of nature. 2 goals for Sacred Heart. McNeil takes out her do-it-yourself kit on both goals, and it's 2-0 Sacred Heart with 6:27 remaining in the second period. Paige McNeil, her 5th goal of the season, her 32nd of her career, and it's a 2-0 lead for the Pioneers with 6:20 remaining in the second period. Paige McNeil, she is electric on the Pioneer side. So Eagles now in a little bit more of a hole here, chasing 2 goals instead of 1. Still plenty of time left in this one, and the way they have been playing today, don't count them out. They've been playing with a lot of aggressiveness, a lot of tenacity, and a lot of heart. Under 6 to play here in the second period. Peterson. Pitter, shot blocked. Noonan. Pass, one-timer by Desai. We haven't seen Sejal Desai too often here today. A junior who went to Cushing Academy. A fantastic boarding school that produces athletes across all sports. Here's Desai. Chapit gets tripped up. Ref might have missed a call right there, and Sacred Heart saying the same exact thing, but they didn't miss the call. They got Devlin for the trip. So our first power play of the day comes with 4:57 remaining in the second period. So Devlin to the penalty box, a 5-on-4 now for Sacred Heart. And this power play for Sacred Heart could not have come at a more inconvenient time for the Eagles. Chasing 2 goals, and now they will be down a player. 5-on-4 advantage here for Sacred Heart for the next 2 minutes, and they have a face-off in their attacking zone. And Tanakis fights for it, and McNeil comes away with it. This line is dangerous for Sacred Heart. You have Chapit, Antonakis, McNeil all on the ice together, and LaRoche. And Coleman. I mean, this line is loaded for Sacred Heart. LaRoche, a snipe. Nothing Sacred Heart. Olivia LaRoche, her first goal of the season. And it gives Sacred Heart a 3-0 lead. Olivia LaRoche, she has been involved a lot here today. Gets her 5th shot on goal, and that one goes into the back of the nets. Again, her first goal of the season. And now the mountain has become a lot steeper for the Eagles. McNeil. Looks like she tripped up by herself there. 4:20 remaining in the second period. Sanders collects it. Another point-blank look there for Sacred Heart. So clock stopped at 3:59 here in the second period. Sacred Heart really taking it to the Eagles here in the second period. Starting to pull away a little bit here with a 3-0 lead. Still plenty of time left in this one. We have a whole other period to play after this one. Grome taps it up the boards. Goes to the middle. Nevers hits the brakes. Lost her stick. Taken away by the Eagles. Shots on goal for Sacred Heart, 14 for post. 32 total shots for Sacred Heart, 21 for post. Post 26, Sacred Heart 13 in the faceoffs. Coming up on 3 minutes to play here in the second period. Peterson crosses the blue line, makes a few defenders miss, and has it taken away. Limke off the theft. One-on-one action. Nice defense there from Ammons. 2:45 remaining in the second period. It's Peterson trying to move it up the ice. It looks like we get an offsides called there on the Eagles. So we got a face-off in the neutral zone for the first time today. First face-off in the neutral zone, except for the face-offs after a goal or to start a new period. Two and a half to play here in the second period. One team trying to protect its lead, one team trying to mount the comeback. That will be the storyline heading into the third period. Reiskamp. Antonakis. Thought she had a teammate there on the left side, but no one was there. Coming up on 2 minutes to play here in the second period. Puck goes right to Ammons. Antonakis dumps it. Reiskamp retrieves it towards the middle. Nice look. Van den Utelar. Ammons breaks up the pass. Luckman. Looks like she tried to get the wraparound move there. But some nice defense there by the Pioneers. 1:15 to play here in the second period. 3-0 lead for the Pioneers if you are just tuning in. Paige McNeil with 2 goals and Olivia LaRoche with the other goal. The most recent one was by LaRoche. Saunders will leave it for Desai. 1 minute to play here in the second period. Looks like they pull Saunders right before the whistle. And she will go back to the goal. Clock stopped at 39.5 seconds remaining here in the second period. Both teams will switch out their lines. Face-off in the right face-off circle. Sacred Heart starting to accumulate some face-off wins here. It's 26-14 in favor of Post. I believe that's Wysocki taking in for the Eagles. It is. And the Eagles win it. There's a shot, and it's saved by Petruno. Now the dump into the neutral zone. The puck doesn't get past Van den Utelar. 25 seconds remaining here in the second period. Excuse me, I just missed that. Sacred Heart just gets called for the penalty, so it's a 5-on-4 power play for the Eagles. Wysocki behind the net, tries the wraparound move, and the puck caroms out to the near side boards. 3, 2, 1. Eagles get the shot off, and that will do it for the second period. Big time second period there for Sacred Heart. They get 2 goals into the back of the net, and that has us where we stand right now. 3-0 Sacred Heart. Heading into the second intermission. We'll be back here on the CACC Network. 40 minutes in the books. Final 20 minutes of play here, getting ready to start. Second intermission in the books. Here we go. Third period between the Eagles and the Pioneers. Pioneers lead it 3-0. So storyline coming into this third period. One team trying to mount a comeback. The other trying to protect their lead. Face-off is down and the third period is underway. Griffin Cass with you here on the CACC Network, live from Shelton, Connecticut, here at the Sports Center of Connecticut, the home base for post-university hockey, men's and women's. Wysocki behind the nets. Eagles are working it around. Some nice puck movement here, as they are continuing this 5-on-4 power play here, as it ended the second period right there. And 15 seconds remaining on the 5-on-4 for the Eagles. Pass towards the middle. Mikavikas retrieves it behind the nets. 5 seconds remaining on the Eagles power play. 3, 2, 1, and we are back to even strength. 5-on-5. 90 seconds played here in the third period. Puck hit the net. Clock stopped at 18:27. Shots on goal, Sacred Heart 22, post 16 total shots, Sacred Heart 34, post 28. 28-14 in the face-off discrepancy, make it 29-14. It's ahead, towards the middle, shot deflected. The official says, out of play, with 18:15 remaining here in the third. So we're going to face off in the right face-off circle. Eagles 29, Pioneers 14 in the face-offs, and Tanakis to take it for Sacred Heart. Can't see who that is for the Eagles. That's Ty Marie Grome, and the Eagles win their 30th face-off of the game. Noonan a shot. Petruno falls on it. 17th shot on goal by the Eagles. Expect them to try and get off a lot of shots on goal here in this third period, trying to mount the comeback. Trailing by 3 goals. Paige McNeil, number 26 in red, has 2 out of the 3. And Olivia LaRoche, number 6 in red, has the other goal, the most recent one for Sacred Heart. Towards the middle, oh! Desai had Curry at a point-blank range. And the pass eluded her. 17:35 remaining in the third. Now the Eagles move it up the ice. What a defensive play by Sacred Hearts. That was Madeline Rinclin, who we haven't seen a lot here today, but she makes that sensational defensive play. Wysocki, Rose, shot deflected by Chapin. Now it's in front of the crease and now cleared to the far side boards. Eagles trying to keep it in their attacking zone, and they do for the moments. And now it's in the neutral zone. 16:45 remaining in regulation. Whistle called. I believe we get an offsides on Sacred Heart with 16:44 remaining in regulation. So 22-18 Sacred Heart in shots on goal, and we get a penalty. So Paige McNeil, didn't see what transpired there, but she's in the penalty box. for the next 2 minutes. So 5-on-4 for the Eagles. Couldn't have come at a better time for Post. This is their second power play. Didn't score on the previous one. Sacred Heart, they have had one power play today, and they scored on that one. Sacred Heart clears it and gets it into their attacking zone. Puck will come up here into the neutral zone, down the near side boards. 70 seconds remaining on the Eagles' power play with 15:50 remaining in regulation. And they have not gotten off any shots on goal in the past 60 seconds. Pitter deciding which way to go. She goes to the right side. Wysocki hits the brakes. And the Eagles should not have any trouble with moving the puck up the ice. Sacred Heart's down a player. It's a 5-on-4. 35 seconds remaining on the 5-on-4. And again, the Eagles have still not gotten off a shot. So 10 seconds remaining on the Eagles' power play. What a job by the Pioneers killing this power play. I mean, the Eagles have produced zero offense in the past 2 minutes. And now McNeil out of the penalty box with 2 goals. Nearly made it 3. McNeil was looking for the hat trick right there. It's still time for the Eagles here. A little over 14 minutes to play. Rome, Noonan, behind the net, and Sacred Heart looks to clear it and move it up the ice. O'Connell has Bennett. Now takes it herself. A little over 6 minutes gone here in the third period. The wraparound move. It is Saunders. And we get a little bit of a brouhaha developing after the whistle. It's an in-state rivalry. You expect it. It's been a little pushing and shoving all game. So we're going to face off in the right face-off circle here. Lynch to take it for Sacred Heart. Can't say who that is for the Eagles. That is Peterson, and Peterson wins the face-off for the Eagles' 33rd face-off won. 33-14. If you look at that number, you wouldn't predict that the Eagles would be trailing 3-0. Their centers have just done an excellent job with the face-offs today. Whistle called with 13:05 remaining in the third. The Eagles will switch out their line. We'll get a face-off in the right face-off circle in the Eagles' attacking zone. Wysocki to take it for the Eagles. Slap shot, rebound, Wysocki. Nice poke. I believe that's Angeline Pitter, and it's taken right back by the Pioneers. Hatfield Tries to get it out of the Eagles' attacking zone. Saunders will hit it over to Desai. Desai tries to hit it up the boards to herself. Now Antonakis on the other end. Antonakis. Now Wysocki clears it momentarily. Antonakis right there. Puck in the neutral zone now. Goes to the other side. Offside called. We got a face-off in the neutral zone here on the far side. 12:05 remaining in regulation. 25 shots on goal for Sacred Heart, 21 for Post. Bennett towards the middle. Icing called on the Eagles there with 11:51 remaining in regulation. So time's starting to wind down on the Eagles here, chasing 3 goals. A bit of an uphill climb here, to say the least. But you look at the performance that they put together today, it's you know, they played well. They played well, especially in the beginning. They came out with some great energy, and they've really sustained the same type of energy the entire way through. Rose, shot deflected by Bennett. Sometimes you do have to tip your cap to your opponent. I mean, Sacred Heart's a good team. They move the puck up the ice very well. And they do a great job of winning the puck like they do right there. Here's the shot, glove save by Saunders. 11:18 to play here in the third. Both teams will make some substitutions here. Again, 31st all-time matchup between the Pioneers and the Eagles. Eagles 0-29-1 all-time versus Sacred Heart. And those matchups spanned from 2017 up to 2023. It is quickly moved up the ice. Nice pass. Wysocki towards the middle. Devlin. Nice defense there by Juliana Koman. Kind of sealing Devlin off from the pass there, using her strength. Clock stopped at 10:46 to play here in the third. And we get a penalty called on Lapone on the Sacred Heart side. Didn't see what she did wrong, but she'll be in the penalty box for the next 2 minutes. So Sophia Lapone gets called for tripping. So that's what she is in the penalty box for the next 2 minutes. This is the third Eagles power play. They didn't score on their previous 2. Here's a shot and a save by Petruno, and a little bit of shoving at the end. .16 to play here in the third. 1:31 remaining on the Eagles power play. Face-off. Eagles win it. Their 35th face-off one of the day. Eagles on a 9-game losing streak. 3-15 overall. 3-9 in conference. Towards the middle. Broken up. And McNeil sends it down the ice. Under 10 to play in regulation. 55 seconds remaining on the Eagles' power play. Towards the middle, there's a shot, and Petruno has just had herself a fantastic day. That's her 23rd save of the day. 0 goals allowed. A flawless performance by Jillian Petruno, the sophomore keeper. This season, 13 games played, 4-8 record. Her first year with Sacred Heart. Pitter. Towards the middle. Curry. Now in the right corner. Back to even strength, 5-on-5. Eagles 3 power plays and 0 goals out of it. Rieskamp a shot. Noonan clears. Grome running with Noonan. Shoots it. And it's deflected by Petruno. 8:25 remaining in the third. Someone lost their stick. I believe that was Patfield who lost her stick. And the stick will just remain in the left face-off circle in the Eagles attacking zone. Might want to clear that out. I mean, there is a stick on the ice. Someone needs to get that out of the way before someone trips on it. 7:45 remaining in the third. Shot on nets. All right, one of these officials needs to pick up the stick. It is still out there. It might just be out there for the rest of the game at this point. And now the whistle sounds, official will pick it up and send it over to the Pioneers bench. So we'll have a face-off in the left face-off circle in the attacking zone for Sacred Heart. And Tanakis will take it for Sacred Heart. Wysocki for the Eagles. But not before we take a timeout with 7:17 remaining in the third. Coming out of the timeout with 7:17 remaining in the third. Pioneers 3, Eagles 0. Paige McNeil with 2 goals for Sacred Heart. Olivia LaRoche with the other goal. And Tanakis and Peterson, I believe that is for the Eagles to take the face-off. And Tanakis wins it. And Sacred Heart 7-12 overall, 6-6 in conference. Eagles 3-15 overall, 3-9 in conference. And these two squads will do battle tomorrow at 3 o'clock in Fairfield, Connecticut. Pass towards the net. Chaput swept Van den Utelar off of her feet there. 6:40 remaining in regulation, winding things down here in Shelton. Peterson ahead. Devlin shoots it. And I believe we are going to get a whistle called against Sacred Heart. They get the penalty on Antonakis there. I believe they call her for roughing with 6:18 to play in the third. So the fourth power play for the Eagles. Have not scored on their previous 3 power plays. 35-20 for the faceoffs, as the officials will converge with the PA announcer, and both teams will head to their bench. So we'll step aside for just a moment here on the CACC network. 6:18 to play in the third. All right, 6:18 to play here in the third. Fourth power play of the day for the Eagles. Sacred Heart wins the faceoff. Hitter thought about the shot, feeds it towards the middle, and now it will go out of the attacking zone for the Eagles. Sacred Heart will sub out their line right here. 80 seconds remaining on the Eagles' power play. Wysocki gets pummeled to the ground. Peterson, Grome, back towards the blue line. Van den Utelar, pass eludes Grome. Coleman charging in. McNeil right there with Coleman, and we get a whistle with 4:55 remaining in the third. Face-off in the right face-off circle. Wysocki will take it for the Eagles. McNeil for Sacred Heart. Wysocki wins it. Ammons calculating. So they get Coleman for a penalty. Looks like it was roughing. There's a shot. So for the next 20 seconds, a 5-on-3 for the Eagles. Utelar. Van den Utelar, excuse me. Wysocki towards the middle. Nearly broken up. And Rose will come to get it. Okay, now Antonakis out of the penalty box. 5-on-4 now for the Eagles for the next minute and 15 seconds. 4:10 remaining in the third. No icing called. Ammons tries to move it ahead. 40 seconds remaining on the Eagles power play. Wysocki tried to take out her do-it-yourself kit there. Puck goes out of play with exactly 3:30 remaining in regulation. So if the Eagles aren't able to pull off this miraculous comeback in the next 3 minutes and 30 seconds where they score 3 or 4 goals, they will get another crack at this team tomorrow and seek out for revenge against Sacred Heart. That one will be on the road. They won't have to travel very far to Fairfield, Connecticut. And that puck drop for tomorrow is scheduled for 3 p.m. Curry, 15 seconds remaining on the Eagles 5-on-4. Here's a shot, wide left. Five seconds and we're back to a 5-on-5. Coleman out of the penalty box. Again, the Eagles have had 5 power plays with 0 power play goals to go along with it. You definitely think for the Eagles, the one thing to work on going into future matchups is just capitalizing on the power plays. I mean, they had 5 of them. You should at least be able to get 1 goal out of 5 power plays. But there were a lot of positives today from the Eagles. I mean, the energy that they came out with to start was something I haven't really seen thus far this season, just to the level that it was at today. I mean, again, maybe that's because Sacred Heart is in town. Here's a shot, wide left. Nice save there by Saunders. But for Gretchen Silverman, definitely a lot of good things to take away from this game. And the Eagles definitely have never given up throughout. A very resilient, scrappy team. But they are going to fall to Sacred Heart today. Sacred Heart just played a really clean game of hockey. They do such a great job of moving the puck up the ice, controlling the puck. Not to mention they, like posts, are also very physical. So 1:15 remaining in regulation, winding things down here in this one. Paige McNeil was the offense today for Sacred Heart, putting 2 into the back of the net. Final minute to play. Olivia LaRoche, she had the other goal for Sacred Heart. It'll be dumped. Final minute to play. And how about the centers today for the Eagles? 38 faceoffs won, 20 lost. Just a sensational job by Ty Marie Grome, Julia Wysocki, Macy Peterson, Jade Giesbrecht. And the Eagles will get a shot at redemption tomorrow on the road. 30 seconds remaining in this one. So the Eagles are going to play against Sacred Heart tomorrow at 3:30, and then they don't play again until 2024, January 5th, at not at Stonehill College. That will be here in Shelton, Connecticut. There's a shot. Saunders will fall on it. So quite a bit of a layoff here for this women's ice hockey team. So again, we won't see you here in Shelton, Connecticut for quite a while. Nearly a month. The last face-off of the day, and that will take us to the final buzzer. Sacred Heart, they win it 3-0, and they improve to 7-6 in conference and 8-12 overall. For the Eagles, they fall to 3-16 overall and 3-10 in conference. These two squads will do battle tomorrow in Fairfield, Connecticut. For our entire TNN crew here in Shelton, Connecticut, I'm Griffin Cass, signing off.